Mystical Love and Light here. Let me get a few things going here. Got my incense going, sorta. I'll probably have to light it again. We'll see. And getting out my Palo Santo stick to cleanse my area. This is going to be a little chit chat. Now, if I had more subscribers, I would be doing this live. And that way, if anybody had any questions or anything, they could ask. But I don't have that many subscribers, so I'm just going to kind of cover things in a little conversation. Because even though I don't get many people replying on my videos, I do get lots of emails. And I just kind of feel like instead of going over and over and over the same thing in each email, which I could probably just copy and paste from one to the other, because majority of them are kind of the same questions. So I will just cover a few things on manifestations. I think that'll burn that time. I got my incense. Alrighty. And I will get the candle going. My working candle, because I will just use this here just a little bit. Okay. I made me a few notes so I wouldn't get sidetracked. Okay. Now, this is just a little chat about manifesting spiritual workings. Manifesting whatever you want, whether you call it a working, you could call it a spell, you can call it spiritual workings like I do. I call them prayer workings, I call them prayers, I call them workings. Okay. A lot of people want to know if there's kind of a difference in the different terms or words that I use. It's all the same thing. It's all about how you see things yourself. Whatever you want to call them, whatever you're comfortable with. There's a lot of people out there that's got so much negativity against the word witch or spell because they are thinking satanic worshipers. Come here, Kiki. Let me show you this little cat. Hold on. Come here, baby. Now, let me show you this. See him? Tunnell. This kitty, I saved a couple of years ago. He was frozen, literally frozen outside in the cold. He had 4 other, I don't know, brothers or sisters, whatever they were, except for one I know was a male. This one here was the smallest of all of them, and they were froze. His mother, which was a stray, which he's a stray, brought him and one other kitty to the porch. They were frozen, and she just kept meow, 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 meow. And then I heard something at the door, and I went out there, and they were froze, literally froze. It was freezing temperatures. I can't remember, down in the 20s or something. It was pouring rain cold. Well, she had her babies. under a brush, which was no protection whatsoever. So I brought the 2 cats inside. I put them in a towel, told my husband to hold them and keep rubbing them. And I went back outside and I said to the mom, show me, do you have more kitties? Show me where they're at. And as I'm talking to the cat, I'm visualizing pictures in my head. She goes straight to the bush and goes under the bush. And I start like feeling, because I couldn't really see, and it was pitch dark. It was nighttime, pitch dark. And I couldn't see, and then I felt some more cats. So I had found 2 more, and I brought them in, and I gave them to my husband to wrap up. And I got the flashlight, and I went back out there again, and I was looking again, and I found 1 more. So it was 5 total. They were just froze. No heartbeat, no nothing. They were just froze, like stiff froze. So I came back inside, got them all together, and rub, and like pushing down on their heart, you know, and talking to them, and for the longest time, and none of them still wasn't moving. So I got Velvet's dog crate in the front room, and of course we had the heater going and stuff, and I put the towel in there. I put the mama in there with all of her babies, just all gathered up and bunched together, and closed the door so she couldn't come back out, so she could, the body warmth could keep them warm. But we were rubbing their legs and their arms, and, you know, trying to blow air in, you know, their face, you know, trying to get them to breathe. And 2 of them had moved, slightly moved. So I told my husband it's in God's hands now on if any of them's going to make it or not. We've done what we can. So the next morning I wake up, and 2 of them had made it. This one and his brother, which I call Dreamsicle because of his colors is white and orange, like the old-fashioned, sorry honey, like the old-fashioned Dreamsicle. And this one I called Runt because he was the smallest of all 5 of them. And this one made it, and Dreamsicle made it. And they are strays. The mama was the stray. And there is a, the other one will come back and visit every now and then. What I did was I kept them inside through the whole winter time, because I wasn't sure if they were going to like have issues, brain damage or eyesight issues or anything like that from being frozen. And then once it warmed up, I let them outside, you know, with the mom. Of course, the mom would come and go, and I kept them inside, and I was more taking care of them than anybody else. But anyway, I'll get back to this in just a second. So I just wanted to show you, he was at the back door earlier when I let Velvet out. So I asked him if he wanted to come in, and he jumped in the door. So this, I call him Runt because he was the smallest. And look how huge he is. Adorable. He's adorable. And like I say, I call him Runt. All right, you ready to go out? He's not allowed to come in this room, but he's seen me in here, so he come waltzing in here. So anyway, this is Runt, one of the strays. There's so many strays that we take care of and feed and keep warm outside, and got the porch covered up, a whole section of it covered up with all of our blankets. And every year he take all of our thick blankets, everything, our pillows, our blankets. We buy doggy beds. We put them all out there, cover them all up, and then we buy everything new. And every year we do that, and we take everything we have and put them out for the cats. So this is Runt. Hey, baby. Alrighty, there you go. Okay, so that's the story of Runt and his brother. Now he's come back. He wants me to pick him up again. Okay, back to this. So we're just having a little chat about manifesting and spiritual workings, whether you do it yourself or if you hire and pay someone else to do it. Now, I'm going to try to stay on track on my list so I don't forget anything, because I just jotted down a few notes, and so I can kind of go over them. Know exactly what you need to happen. Okay? So, he's talking to me. So know exactly what you need to happen before you do it yourself or before you hire someone else. Know what you want. Don't be wishy-washy. Don't be like, well, I want to do this to him, but maybe that's too much. And, you know, maybe if I just go about, no. Already know in your head exactly what you want to happen. And if you hire someone, whether they're a spiritual healer like me, a spiritual being, or whether you hire a spellcaster or a root worker, whatever you want to call them, know exactly what you want, because that person doing the work for you is going to do what you tell them to do first. That is what you are paying them for. Not for you to call them up 2 days later or a day later or 30 minutes later after they've already gotten everything rolling and going. And then change your mind and say, well, I also want to do this. No, that's extra, okay? That's extra. So already have it in your head, because that person doing the working for you, if they're going to charge you, they charge you according to what you tell them that what you need. Don't be changing it up in the middle of it, okay? Have everything what you want. A lot of people doing the prayers and stuff will ask you for a petition. That way they go by the petition. And you afterwards, you can't be changing your mind and saying, well, I wanted this, or, you know, I wanted that. He's in the closet right now. He's not allowed in here, so he's just roaming. Oh my God, I can roam. Okay. And always stay positive, whether you're doing it yourself or someone else is doing it for you. If you pay someone to do the working for you, don't think that it's 100% on them. It's not. It's like a 50-50 thing. Whether you pay for it or not, everything that you're thinking and doing goes into that working, because it's for you. So in other words, if you want a certain thing to happen and you don't have positive thoughts about it, and the person doing the working is doing the working, you're actually, if I'm doing a working and I've got it 100% going, and over on the side, you're thinking the opposite. You're thinking, God, I hope it works. Well, you've just taken that 100% down to 90%. It works that way because it's all one. They're doing it for you because you don't have enough confidence in yourself to do it, but yet when you doubt it, it takes away from it. Don't doubt it. So visualize the ending outcome. If you want something to happen, if you want to manifest something, think about the ending result, about the outcome. Okay? Think about what it's like, the changes in your life. Think about the outcome. Don't think about what if it happens. What if it don't happen? Think about the outcome and stay positive. Now, this video is mostly for the people that are sending me email after email after email because they want something done. They want a prayer working done. They want something to manifest, but they don't understand how the universe works. Say it like it already has happened. If you are going to do the manifestation yourself, if you want to do the working yourself, say the words like it already happened. Don't use words like I want or I wish. If you want something or you wish for something, the universe has no time. The universe don't work off our time here in this dimension. The universe works on its own time. So if you say I want, you could be wanting for the rest of your life. If you say I wish, that means you wish something would happen. If it don't, but you wish it would. Why would the universe, why would God, why would the ether, why would Jesus, why would the angels, why would your ancestors, why would your guardians, why would your guides put any energy into manifesting something for you if you wish it was going to happen? You have to want to know it will happen. So don't be thinking about the opposite outcome. Do not have doubts whatsoever. So from the time that you start thinking of what you know is going to happen, what you want to manifest, that is the time that the working begins. When you take out your candle, when you take out any tools you need, when you make a picture of the person that you want the outcome to be positive, when you start all of that, the prayer working has already begun. It doesn't begin the second that you light the candle. From the time your brain starts thinking about the outcome, that's when it starts. So from that time, don't have any doubts in your head, because you are taken away. You are taken away from it. Now, say the working has started, everything's going good. You've hired someone and you start having little doubts. How long is it going to take? How long is it going to take? Well, you're doubting. That's what you're doing. You're doubting. When you're wondering how long it's going to take, that's something you should have checked on before the working started. Okay? No one can give you an exact time. No one. God and the universe has that in their hands, because there's so many things that need to be moved around. It's not like there's a rope between you and what you want to manifest and it's a straight line. No, that's not it. There are so many obstacles in it. That rope has to intertwine, go up and down, move back, move this over here, move that over there, move this person here, move that person there, move this money here, move this money there to make things happen. But people don't see it that way. We're not miracle workers. It's God's miracle that will make it happen. It's the ether that will make it happen. There are obstacles. So how can someone tell you, oh, it'll be done in 24 hours? It'll be done in a month. We can't say that. What we're doing when we're doing a working for you, when we're doing a prayer for you, when we are manifesting for you, we are opening doors. We are flagging the situation. That's why most of the time we need the full name, we need the date of birth, because other people can have the same names. And with the date of birth or any other information that you have that we need to know, then you need to give it to us, because we are flagging the universe. We are flagging, we are opening doors. Okay? So that's how and why we can give you an exact time. We don't know all the obstacles that is in the way. We can't say it's going to happen by a certain amount of time. Yes, some do work fast and some don't work fast. But what I will say is that if it doesn't work, say in 9 months, then you may want to ask for a booster prayer to give it another boost up. And if that person agrees and does a booster prayer, which you do get charged for a booster prayer, because that's not on us, that's up to the universe. We have no control over that. If you have to pay for a booster prayer, I normally give it another 3 months. If it doesn't happen by that time, and a lot of times it can take a year, easy. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I can get it done in 3 days. That's bullcrap. But if it doesn't manifest in a year, chances are that God, Jesus, the universe, the ether, doesn't see fit for that to happen. Because maybe there's an obstacle in the way that the outcome will be different for you in the long run, for the best for you. You just don't see it. Okay? Now, never, never, never think negative thoughts when you're trying to manifest. I went over this. These are the doubts. Don't doubt it. If you doubt it, it went down to 90%. If you have another doubt in your head, later it's like, why is it taking so long? Maybe it's not going to work. Well, you just took it down to 80%. And then it takes longer to work. If you are going to do it yourself, whether you do it yourself or whether you hire someone, you have to stay positive. Because before you even start any of this, like I said, you should already know the outcome in your head, because it's what you want, not that you want it to happen, but that you know that it's already happening. You have to see it as if it has already happened. Example, last night, my husband, he's a truck driver. He had to deliver his load this morning. And then he has to wait for another load wherever they send him to, could be anywhere, to pick up another load to head home. He told me, honey, do a prayer. I want to go to Oklahoma and pick up a load of bottles because it will bring me straight home. That way he doesn't have another stop. I said to him, start thinking about the load. Start thinking you already have the load. In your head, start thinking you've already talked to your boss. Your boss has already told you to pick up that load in Oklahoma, or wherever he told me he wanted to pick it up at. I said, don't think you hope he's going to tell you. Say, I'm going to pick up that load in the morning. My boss has told me to pick up that load in the morning. So this morning when I gave him his wake-up call so that he could unload, I told him, let me know, send me a text, because I was still asleep. This is like 5 in the morning or something. I said, let me know where you're going to be. I said, let me know when you're going to be headed out. He said, okay. So he sends me the text that he is headed out to get his load. So when I got up, I sent him a message and said, where are you going? He said, I got my load. I'm on the way to Oklahoma. And I said, good. Because he manifested what he wanted. what he knew was going to happen. He didn't say, I want it to happen. He said, I'm going to pick it up there. And what happened? His boss messaged him, told him to pick up the load of bottles in Oklahoma and head for home. See how that works? So, again, if you doubt you're working, it takes away from the prayer. If you doubt enough times, or you change things up in your head enough times after the working has already begun, you've canceled out the working. You've canceled it out. It's like it never even begun, because you can't keep changing things in the middle of it. Okay. Meditate and spend time with your prayer working. Even if it's a candle. If you've lit the candle. In your brain, if you know it's going to work, then physically it's going to work. Spend time with your working. Cup your hands around it. Give that candle that symbolizes your working, give it your energy from inside. Don't just like, oh, I've seen her do this. I don't know what the hell she's doing, but she's doing this and I'll do it too. No. It's coming from deep inside, from your body, from your mind, from your soul, from your heart, from your spirit. All that energy is flowing. And you're putting that energy into that prayer. See, when I do this, I feel the energy. It comes and just comes to my hands. And I put in that energy in. So you spend time with your working. Don't just say it and do it and walk away. Spend time with it. If you're not going to spend time with it, why would God spend time with it? If you're not going to spend time with it, why would the ether, the universe, spend time with it? Because you're showing them, well, I don't really give a crap. Somebody else is going to do the work for me. No, they help people that help themselves. God will help you if you help yourself. Don't expect someone else to do everything for you. You have to put effort and you have to put time into your working, whether you're hiring someone else or you're doing it yourself. If you hire someone else, you still have to stay positive. You still have to think and know what the outcome is. You're visualizing everything on how the outcome is. Money, for example. It's not like, okay, I want to go on vacation and I want to wish or hope that I get $1,000. And if we get it, we can go on vacation. No, you do a prayer working and you concentrate. You spend time with it. I have this money to go on vacation. You're thinking as if it already happened. I have this money. I have this money, this $1,000, and we're going to go on vacation, and I'm going to buy what I want. I'm going to spend money on gas. I'm going to spend money on food. I'm going to spend money on a hotel room. And if I have any money left over after all of that, I'm going to buy me some crystals. I'm going to buy a gift for my mom. I'm going to buy a gift for so-and-so. That's how you think. You're manifesting the working. You're making it happen. You're staying positive. You're showing the universe what you're going to be doing with that money. You hear it, you feel it, you smell it, you see it as if it is complete. Just like my husband. He manifested it. And that's what I told him. I said, you manifested it. I mean, what are the odds that he would get that call to go to a certain state, to a certain place, to pick up a certain thing, so he is able to head straight back home and not have other stops or have to even deliver that load. He's able to bring it back home. He's able to drop it off on the yard. He manifested it. If you can visualize all of the outcome, it will happen. Trust yourself. If you hire someone, trust that person. Trust them. If you have doubts, I wonder if she's going to take me for my money. Don't give her the money. You've just doubted it. You just doubted it. Why would you give somebody some money if you don't even think it might work? And most important, this is a big one. I have run into this many a times. If you pay someone to do a prayer working for you and they say, don't do this or don't do that, don't do it. If they say, I want you to do this and I want you to do this, I guess you could call it homework, because you are part of it too, whether you're paying them or not. Remember, you're 50% of it still, whether you pay somebody or not. If they are telling you to do something, do it. If they tell you don't do something, don't do it. If they tell you, don't call this job, if you put in for an application and you're like, I want to call, when did you go? And they're like, don't call. Give them time. Let them get the other applications in. Let them look at them. Let them compare them. Let them see that yours is way better than theirs. But if they tell you don't call them yet, and you take it upon yourself and you call them, and it doesn't work out, well, maybe they thought for that second, well, that sure is a pushy person. They didn't even give me time to check the other applications. Maybe they thought you were pushy. Maybe they thought you were impatient. See what I'm saying? Or another example. A week goes by and you haven't heard anything from them. The person doing the working for you, maybe they say, okay, this is the right time now to call them and say, I really like your company. I really would enjoy working for you. I was just checking to see if you had a chance, to check it out. I'm really eager and ready to go to work for your company. And if they tell you to do that at that time, and then you don't, maybe you decide, I got to do this first. I got to do this first. I got to go do this. I got to take care of this. And then 2 days goes by and then you don't call them. Well, you just went against what they told you to do. Because a lot of times, that spirit person that's doing your working, the spellcaster, the root worker, whoever it is, maybe they have some insight. Maybe they have a gut feeling. Maybe they're going just psychically on what they feel that you need to do or don't do. And if you don't listen to them, don't blame them when it doesn't work out. So I think pretty much I've covered a lot of things that people ask questions on. I can just refer them to this video. It's a lot easier. Just say, if I had enough subscribers, I would just do it live and everybody could ask questions. But I don't. So, maybe when I get way up there in several years from now, and I say maybe because I don't know from one day or the next if I'm going to, how long I'll be on here. I don't know that because I've never really put too much thought into it. Now, if I was like all gung-ho about it and I'm going to get 1,000 subscribers by such and such a date, I know I am, I'm going to be on here, that would be different. I would be manifesting that. But at this time in my life, I'm not going to put that much energy into manifesting something that I'm not even sure that I want to keep doing. So, if there's any other questions, anything like that, if I get enough questions, then maybe I'll do another video on what other questions are. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a great day. This is almost 36 minutes. It'll take forever to upload to YouTube. Alrighty. Thanks. Bye. Ciao.